Today it's not a review of a new bow that has arrived, but it's the last day of my Easter vacation, and I would like to introduce you to my Biocomposite Tatar bow. Just recently I have reviewed the black Tatar, and for this video I have used my Tatar quiver. And there was the question, so where is the video of the Biocomposite Tatar bow that you have shown? And yeah, I'll do it now. Reason that I didn't do this before is that I have started with YouTube videos beginning of 2021, and that was also my where I got my shoulder injury on the right side, and I was not allowed to pull bows or practice archery at all for 4 months. And that's the reason that I didn't review or could not shoot this bow, because the bow has arrived just after I got injured. And that's the reason why I needed help stringing the bow, just to have a look if the bow is fine. My husband needed to string it that time, and so it took a few months until I could finally string the bow myself. And I've taken the first measurements already. That was then in November 21. And you can see the drawing curve also here in the beginning of the video. And today I have measured again. And whereas most bows maybe get less power, this bow has increased power by 2 pounds at 28 inches. So nominal strength is 33. And usually I measure less at my rig, and today I have measured 32 at my rig, and we will see later how much the bow is indeed if I pull the string. So what to say about this bow? So you see it's not strung yet, because I would like to show you what you need to take care of. When we first strung the bow first time, we did it the usual way. So I hold it, my husband pulled, just like you see me doing here. Just normal step through, and then you see the bow is not aligned, so it's out of tiller, and you have 20 seconds to correct the tiller. Otherwise the bow is set. So, and you need to do this carefully, and then the bow is fine. So you see here the strung bow. There are not many bows where the tiller is that way off after stringing. This is, I think, the only Biocomposite I have where I have this. But this is not so seldom. In case if you have one of these bows that are out of tiller, if you string it, then correct it immediately, like you have just seen it. You can do it like that. You press here on the limbs and then support the limb right at the handle here, and then push down gently, and you will have a feeling for it, and then you can just correct the tiller easily. There are other ways too, but this method has been shown to me by a horn bowyer. Yeah, and so this is fine. Right, still I think, oh yeah, now it's settled. If you unstring the bow, do it carefully and very, very slowly, especially if you have left it strung for a few hours. Then do it in slow motion. That's all you need to know about Biocomposite stringing and unstringing. And now we can follow with the specs. So the bow has a length knock to knock of 53.5 inches, strung it's 48, so always where the string is attached. Brace height is 8 inches. Weight I measured in November 21 420 gram. Today I measured 430 gram, so I think it got some humidity inside. What else? We have a zia length. When I measured it in November, 21 I measured this length. Meanwhile, I would like to know the bending length, and that's the reason why I go to the spot where the zea is starting, and that is here. So I measure indeed 11.5 for the upper side and 10.5 for the lower side. So basically the recommended drawing length would then be about 14 grain per pound. I think this is a bit too much, and since I don't have a Boyer recommendation, I say okay, it would be fine with 12 grain per pound, which is the level lower. So because in inch, just a feeling of mine, because I've shot this bow for 2 years now, and I have used these arrows, which are lighter than the 14 grain per pound, and even lighter than the 12 grain per pound if the bow has more strength than 33. So I think this is fine. Yeah. Nevertheless, I will have now 2 arrows that I will shoot today, the lighter ones for the speed test, and the little heavier ones for shooting. Right, what did I not cover about these bags? Let me just check. Next draw, 32 inches. Yeah, handle length is 9 inches, goes from here to there. And that means we have a bending length of approximately 22 inches. So it's not the half of the bow that is bending. I'll show you here. Yeah, you see it? It's mainly these sections that are working. The rest is, this is leather, so it's this doing, and yeah, we have the handle fade out from here to there. So yeah, you have seen it. The painting you see here is a very nice painting that I've first seen on a Turkish Biocomposite bow from Grózer, and I wanted to have this on my Tatar as well. So means first it was with this covered with this green leather, and then it has been painted. Yeah, so the original, the first one that went to Lulu Stöcke, has a blue leather, and mine has a green leather. So it's really nice. So I think you maybe can see it here a bit. So this looks like scales. It's really cool, very nice. And here these blue drops matching these colors just nicely. Yeah, you know me, colors need to match, otherwise it's nah. All right. So I've shot the bow quite some time, as you can see, holding this way up. Here I have attached some, it's rayskin, but from the flukes, and so it's not this typical rayskin we know. Oh, is it shark? I don't know, it's a fish, and it's relatively durable, as you can see here. And I've shot both sides. So I used this one because the color is nicely matching this leather, and so it's not that obvious that I have secured it, because otherwise the nice leather would have been scratched a lot. Materials. Since it's a biocomposite, the materials are quite clear. So we have wood on the zeas, we have wood in the handle, although I cannot see it, I know it's there. And I think there is also wood inside, but I cannot tell you which wood. Maybe bamboo, that would be an inspired guess. On the belly side we have processed horn. Nobody really knows what processed horn means, so probably it's horn powder in epoxy, maybe. already put into plates so that it can be attached easily. But nevertheless, the pattern of this processed horn is always very nice, as you can see. On the outside we have leather, below there is sinew plates, and I fully understand that they have processed the sinews as well, because I need to say it's a pain in the ass to get these sinews down to a working level. I tried myself, I'm still not progressed, because you need so much power, and when I do it, the sinews just get a little bit warm, but they don't spread. It's just annoying. So I fully understand that someone is pre-working this step and doesn't need to do it with every bow again and again, because it's really, yeah, okay. So that is what biocomposite means in this case. Yeah, because there is a bit bio inside, but it's not a horn bow. To be clear on that. Benefit is a horn bow needs to settle a bit. If you have a strong horn bow just now, you need to wait half an hour or so, and usually a horn bow needs to get adjusted as well. So I have 3, and 2 of them I shoot regularly, and one needs to get corrected the tiller, and the other needs to get corrected in that direction. So they are not equal, so there is no recipe you can treat your horn bow the right way. Every horn bow is an individual, and you need to treat it the way the bow needs. With a biocomposite bow, it's much easier. You have just seen, you string it, adjust it if necessary, good to go. And yeah, that's mainly it. Yeah. What else to say about Tatar? Just looked it up again. The Tatars have been their prominent time between 13th and 17th century. Of course, there are still Tatars living today, and most of them, and now I read this from my notices, they're living today in Turkey, Ukraine, Crimea, Uzbekistan, Romania, Russia, Bulgaria, Kazakhstan, and USA. So you see, it's a folk that has spread around the world, and but we can still shoot these very beautiful bows. And right, shooting. We would like to know the strength. 28. See, I didn't place a knock here. It was not necessary so far. And I tried to get the 28 at the back side. Okay. Or maybe that. Maybe here, don't know yet. 33.96, so around 34, around the 29. $35.76, and my max, which is still not the max of the bow, nearly 40 pound, 39.66, which is what I have measured for 32 inches at the rig. So you see, the rig always shows a little less than I pull directly, and the rig measures as well from the back. All right, just for your point of interest, we have now 22 degrees Celsius and 22% humidity, which is drier than inside. So inside I have 41% humidity, but around the same temperature. Okay, let's shoot. So as always, I'd like to show you the handle fitting first. Just because I didn't mention it before, this is a Dyneema string. Okay, so you see, handle is nice. It has a triangular shape. This is from belly, this is from back. And this is how it fits on the hand. So for me it's quite nicely. And nothing hurts. So let's check about the arrow fitting. Weight-wise, the blue ones are more safe. Oops. And let's find out how they fly today. I get a little bit to the right. All. Now the ones that I have specially built for this bow. In the center. Yes. So seems still the bow likes these arrows more. Yes, indeed. I'll show you. Yeah, you see the ones in the center, these ones, and the others are all way to the right. Yeah, what does that mean? Means that these arrows match the bow, although yeah, now we need to define what is a ZR length. You can define the distance from here to there as a ZR length, but if you want to have the bending length, then you need to get this point. I think for the arrows, the lighter ones are fine. So it's maybe not 12. The ones are good, and later at the speed test I will note down which grain per pound these arrows have towards this bow at 34 lips at 28 inches. So the drawing of the bow is very smooth. And the sound, as you can see, there are no silencers on it, is nice too. Way to the right. I need to compensate a lot. So maybe do it like this. Yeah, I need to get half a meter to the left to hit the target. Once you know it, you can do it. And these ones, I aim now where I want to. It's also a bit too low. This is the kill area at the edge. This is the kill. Definitely. So yeah, so it's not worth trying longer with the blue ones. You see, the last one is in the kill zone directly. The second is touching the kill zone. This was also would count, and the first one would count as well. The first one, the blue ones, was the one way to the right. So the reason why the blue arrows went to the right is that they are spine 600. So they're a little stiffer, same length, and that's the reason why they go to the right. These ones have a spine of 700, and since we have a low draw weight of only 34 pounds, at least today, this is then the better spine. So these fly better now. Okay, so let's focus more on the sound. You barely hear it, or did you? Do it again. Just a pop, that's it. What I do feel a little more is a little vibration. Since we have here a contact bow, so it's reflex, deflex, reflex bow with string contact, and that's the reason why we 1, 2, 3, gone. And you feel it after the shot as well. So if I would not move my hand, so no katra, try it once, then I feel a little in the arm as well. But yeah, let's do it again. Yeah, I can feel a little vibration in my arm as well. So usually I do not feel it because I do katra. So means if I move my bow hand, I only have the little vibration, which is normal for the bow, but nothing else. So it's very good for my arm and my joints. And so this is just, yeah, for me this is just comfort. I'll show you. So these two have been shot without katra and the others with katra. So a little more moving, which I still not practice. I always do it if I take a video. Oh, that was straight into the kill zone, the good kill zone. This was not, this was off. No wonder, so no focus at all. The tail. No, was off. So can you shoot the bow Mediterranean style? Yeah, sure. Yeah. So since there is no shelf, you can shoot it the way you want. If it's Mediterranean, Slavic, Turkish, and if you can, if your max draw is 32, then you can do Gao Ying style as well. And so whatever pleases you, you can do. For this bow, I would like to draw the Turkish style. And this is most comfortable for me. But the other styles are very nice as well. So I like the Gao Ying style, the Manchu style is very cool, Slavic style is incredibly fast. So if you're in a hurry, practice Slavic style. This is just bam, 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 and you're through with your archery practice in a few minutes. Done. But I practice archery because I think it's relaxing. Yeah. I enjoy shooting, so I'm not in a hurry. Haste makes waste. Oh, you see, and all arrows are gone. Okay, speed test. So we shoot the arrows, which are 29.5 inches long. It's the Niora Bark 700. We have a weight of 408 grain. And these arrows are up-weighted, so there is wood inside. Verbal nocks, this time no fur. Yeah, and the points, I think they're 60 grain, but there's a steel insert, so yeah. the FOC value is not written on it, but it's okay. So here it is. Yeah, let's start. $160. $164. $166. So second round. $163. $166. $170. So it's quite good, yeah. So maybe you remember the last time I was below the 160 or up to 160, and now I'm between 160 and 170. So this can also mean I have lighter arrows now with this bow. So grain per pound, you see it, and you can compare with the last video. So whenever I take measurements here in my garden, there are special circumstances. Yeah, it's not only the strength of the bow, it's the weight of the arrow. It's how far I pull. Usually I do it the same way. But naja, there's always a little difference in it. And the release. So if I have a clean release, the speed is better. And if I have a shitty release, the speed goes down. But basically, if you draw up to 28 inches and you have an arrow weight of 408 grain, you can reach a speed between 160 and 170 feet per second. Just in case you want to see a bit more of the Tatar quiver I have built more than 2 years ago. Here are a bit more close-ups. I can do better today, yeah. But at that point of time, I have avoided embossing because I didn't have proper tools for it, and I didn't know much about it. And so I have painted on it and stitched. So it's all hand stitched, and the edges are not as good as I can do it today. But it has already the correct fixing on the back, so it's a 3-point fixing or ridging, and we have wood here on the bottom. So I did the best I can do that time, and yeah, I still like it, yeah. But yeah, this is my Tatar quiver made in 21. And I think it's quite nicely matching the colors of the bow. That was the reason why I have created it. Yeah. So. And it's easy switching it on. So, good to go. So handling of the bow is very nice. So you can just hold it, so it's very easy. If you have it, it always gets into the correct position again after grabbing it. It remains straight, you know, so there is no adjusting necessary during the shooting session. And this is quite nice, and you can see the tiller is still fine. It's only at the beginning, if you string the bow, that you need to take care of. And the rest is super. So by the time I have seen here these markings, but I cannot say if they have been there from the very beginning. It seems to me that it's a reaction after a couple of shootings or sessions, but this does not have any effect. You know, so bow is still fine. You have seen the measurements, the drawing curve is still excellent, so there is no reason to complain about it. And sometimes it's that if glass is attached to the bow, or maybe bearpaw glass or whatever, that the glass fibers just rearrange themselves, and then you have a certain pattern. I have this on a special bow when I saw it the first time. It was black on the belly side and it was easy to see. So these patterns are unique, no other bow has it. And if you face it, this is no issue. Yeah, you can keep on shooting, it's no problem, at least as long as you don't have a crack. This is something different. But these small reactions here within the material has shown for my bows no effect on the lifetime of the bow. So, and it's a very nice shooter. And even if you have the little vibration afterwards, there are bows outside that do not have it, but there are not many. And so it's very nice shooting. And since it's not a heavy draw weight, just like, one was it? The one with only 33 pounds. This is easy. If you have a longer break, you don't feel that good that day, not that strong, exhausted a bit or whatever, take an easy bow. It's just about practicing. Nobody's forcing you. You are not supposed to kill an animal to have something to eat for the evening. And there are some outside who do this for sports or so. So here in Germany, since 1976, it's not allowed to hunt animals with bow and arrow. There are special hunters who have a license for it, who are allowed to kill animals. It's their job, and they do it at a special time, but this is no fun. So here in Germany, we practice archery as a sport, and that's the reason why a 33-pound bow is totally fine. For beginners, for in between, just if you come after vacation or if you have just recovered, easy bows. You can always shoot an easy bow. And it's really a pleasure to shoot an easy bow like this. And mind, the Biocomposite bows can level up or increase their strength just if the humidity goes down. I have measured at my bows, I have several Biocomposite bows, up to 7 lips more than noted on the bow. So it's not always going down or getting less. No, these bows can be stronger. And if you order a Biocomposite bow that is just the limit, then it can be that you cannot string the bow. I've ordered once a 40-pound Mongolian bow. I was not able to string it because this bow was sent to me in November. We had a heating period, so it was dry inside. This bow had way more than 40 pounds when I got it. And so this was a limit, and since then I'm a bit more careful. I don't order bows that are exceeding my limit. So it can be that the bow gets stronger if you have just a dry condition. So we are here at the approximately 11-meter line. I have measured it once, but I don't do this regularly, so it's just around. And I had it in a case in the archery club where an arrow got deflected somehow and was hitting the neighbor's facility. And the bow got taken by the police, and so there is something ongoing there. And I had this case also, but my neighbor is very nice, and he didn't call the police, and it was just fine when I took the arrow. But I promise that I don't do this again, so this won't happen again. That's the reason why I keep on the 11-meter line, where even if the arrow gets deflected, I'm still safe. Yeah, so it's mandatory that the arrow is not leaving our place here. And so I'm not doing any experiments with longer distances or so, because I want to keep my bow and I don't want to have any troubles with the neighbors. Just in case you wonder why I do not exceed the length, even if I could. No, I'm not an eagle eye like Miguel. Yeah, so he's a precision shooter, and he can see very well, obviously. I don't. So for me this is always, that's fine, this is safe, and safety first. And it's a nice practice nevertheless. It's just nice. Résumé. What do I think of my Grózer Biocomposite Tatar bow? It's still not only a beauty, but also a very nice shooter, so very pleasant to shoot, even if I feel little vibration after the shot. So the vibration, 1, 2, 3, gone. This is the same that I feel after a shot. But since I practice kata, I don't feel it much. Yeah, so I notice it, but it's not annoying at all. This is by far not a hand shock. If you shoot the bow Mediterranean style, you feel it more. But I still think this is much, much, much less than if you would have the bear paw Mongolian bow. Because this one is a pure hand shock. This is, yeah, you have it. And in case you shoot Mediterranean style, there are a few bows outside the Asiatic style bows, but I don't know them now by heart which one of these are. So sometimes it happens that there is no vibration. Often, if the handle section is upweighted, if there is metal inside or something, so that's get more heavier. If you don't find an Asiatic style bow that has this heavy handle, you can also use a recurve takedown. But then, usually you do not shoot it Asiatic style way, only Mediterranean style. And then you have a riser that is heavy if it's a good one. So I have 2 of these bows, 3. 2 wooden and 1 with steel. So all these bows have no hand shock, no vibration. They have a weight of approximately 1.5 kilos, each one. This bow has a weight of 430 grams, not even a third of it. So, yeah, but this bow is much more versatile. All Asiatic bows are, because recurve takedowns are usually quite long. So mine are 60 inches or so, even longer than this one. And yeah, they are heavy and you shoot very stationary. Yeah, stand there, release, and you stand. Then you grab the next arrow, shoot. Yeah. Asiatic style is much more vivid and you're moving more. Even if I say I don't move, I move more than Mediterranean archers. And that's the way I like. Yeah. So if you prefer Mediterranean style, fine. Yeah, fine by me. And with these bows you can shoot all styles, basically. Manchu style I'm not so sure because of the max draw of 32 inches, but all other styles, yeah, fine. Yeah. And these Biocomposite Tatar bows, as Grózer has shown on his website, are between 30 and 55 pound at 28 inches, something about that. So there will be one that you would like to shoot. Usually the biocomposites have no covering, no leather on it. This bow had, and I have asked for this painting that was then on top, price-wise as well. And but I don't regret it. Yeah, so this is just cool. It's a jewel in my bow collection. Yeah, not only because the biocomposite, because it's painted that way and it's a biocomposite. The strength of the bow can vary, as I said before. It can be 33, can be 34, can be even more. So if the humidity is going down to maybe 15%, like we have in our heating period, ice getting dry and bows getting stiffer. And that's the reason why I usually take care of the humidity in our house. But yeah, can happen. So if you have dry circumstances, the bow is getting stronger, up to 7 pounds. And I have measured my bows that are in the range between 30 and 40 pounds. So if the bow is stronger, it can be even more, potentially. So mind, if you order a bow, that you do not order too high poundages. Otherwise you ruin your form and get injured and you're not allowed to shoot and all that stuff. You don't want that. So mind what you order. And what else? So if you have a biocomposite and the tiller is not right, you have 20 seconds to correct it. And use these 20 seconds wisely. Be quick. And then your bow is fine. And now after you have done shooting, you do the unstringing very slowly. Take your time because the bow has worked quite some time. You do it in slow motion. You don't let the bow flip. And then it's unstrung. Yeah, so if you take care of your bow that way, it will remain beautiful. And if you have any troubles, you should contact Grózer directly. Usually the team sees it, so I recommend to contact them via email. And if this does not work, then via Facebook Messenger. But I hope that you do not have issues, of course, because issues are never nice. So I'm a lucky person. I haven't had issues so far. And so that's why I'm still very happy about my Biocomposite Tatar, which is still beautiful. I should maybe take a bit care of the leather. So I try if I can put some balm on it. So there are acrylic paint on it. So you need to be careful and test it on an area where it's not that obvious if it's working. And yeah, this is leather, so you need to take care of leather as well, not only of the bow. All right, did I say something? Anything to forget? No. No, I think that's all. Thank you very much, Grózer, for building these very nice bows. And thanks everybody for your patience and for watching. And fingers crossed for our friends in Ukraine. Bye-bye.